Hi Jack, how are you doing, mate? It's good to have you on.
Hi, I'm just fine. Done with training for today, so now I'm just gonna relax a little bit before I go to bed. So all good here, my mate.
Good. So, how has training been? Obviously, with coronavirus and everything, it makes it a bit harder. But everyone knows, like, we have to work around these things, and as a fighter, you're going to do that anyway. So, how has it been for you?
It's been all right. Elite practitioners are still able to train,
Hmm.
but the training center that I do my strength and conditioning at is closed. So I do my strength and conditioning outdoors, but I can still do my MMA training indoors. So that's good. Some small challenges, but you're getting used to it now. After this year.
Yeah. How do you find it with sort of your coaches? Because some people have said that working in like some gyms, it can actually be better for you in this time because you have less of the fighters to like spread the coach over. So you've got more of the coach to yourself, sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely, and I can feel that as well. We
Yeah.
are not the big class that we usually are. The training that we are having now is purely for me. So I have two coaches that are watching me and a few partners that are helping me out, and that's it. So all the focus is on me, and I definitely feel like it has been beneficial.
Yeah, that's really good. It's really good to have that just sole attention on you so you can focus on what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously, has the training changed at all since you've like had the change of opponent from going from Darren Till to Kevin Holland?
The training hasn't been a lot different, but there is, we really specialized for Darren Till with how we were supposed to move and which techniques to use, especially since he is a southpaw. So now we're just doing a small reset, and with Kevin Holland, I'm just looking forward to, yeah, just be a little bit more open-minded and not lock myself too much into a game plan. I'll just be in there and stay focused and take whatever I see is available in the fight.
Is there anything that you think like Kevin Holland can do better than like Darren Till?
Um, No, not necessarily better than Darren Till, but I do believe that he will do things differently than
Different.
Darren Till. Yeah, and when something is like, let's say this, Darren Till looks pretty much the same in every fight he fights. He has a pattern, and he's really good at what he does, but it's very limited.
Hmm.
It's the same techniques over and over again and same movement. And yeah, he's just the same fighter in every fight, but he's really good at what he does. Uh, Kevin Holland, on the other hand, you never know what you're going to get because he's unpredictable and he's very creative and opportunistic. So that makes it a little bit harder to game plan against.
Hmm.
But on the other hand, I don't feel like he is as sharp as Darren in any area of the game.
Yeah. And obviously, do you see any areas that you have a clear advantage over Kevin? Because for myself, looking at you and knowing you as a fighter, I would say it was a ground game because we haven't seen so much Kevin tested in that sort of area as much.
Yeah, absolutely. I do believe that it is a advantage for me to take about everybody down.
Hmm.
So I will always have a advantage there. And then I do believe that I am the better stand-up fighter, but at the same time, in the stand-up fighting, you're always one punch ahead from losing.
Yeah.
So it's a much more dangerous game to play than the more controlled ground game. So yeah, definitely a higher risk keeping this fight in the stand-up.
Yeah. And is there any like preference for you where you wanna? Is there any way you wanna sort of show your skills in this fight?
Well, not particularly. I just want to show everybody that I am on another level, and I want to have a great finish. That's my goal in this fight: a great finish, and a dominant performance. If I can succeed with that, I will be happy.
Yeah. And obviously, with the change from Darren Till, obviously he's got quite a backing behind him and a big name in the sport. What is the like sort of differences for you in like the mentality and accepting a fight against Kevin Holland, who himself has had a good year and he's got his name out there really well. I think he's had 5.
Yeah.
This will be his 5th fight this year, so it's quite a difference in a way. But how would you break it down?
Yeah, Darren Till is he's very much established. He's one of the big stars in this sport. He's a big following and a lot of fans. So I was really looking forward to showcase my skills in front of a lot of people that will be watching that fight. But I still feel like people are excited about this fight. People are excited about Kevin Holland as a great up-and-comer, and to see how he will do against a top-ranked fighter as myself. So hopefully the fans will be excited and a lot of people will tune in. So yeah, it's different, but on the other hand, it's still just another fight, and victory is all that matters.
Yeah, it's great to see it as well, because like in other like with Hamzat's calling out everyone, and then like people don't want the fight and whatever else, and it's sort of the same situation with Kevin Holland. He wants obviously the higher ranked name, and you've put yourself at risk now to fight him, which is something that a lot of people don't do. So props to you.
Thank you so much.
And obviously, was that like the main thing going into the camp? Like you was preparing for Darren Till, you've had to switch it back up to now fight Kevin Holland, which is, like you said yourself, he's very unorthodox in a way, and he does different things every time he's in the cage. How is it for you to like? Have you had these experiences before when you've had to all of a sudden switch your camp around and stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I had many fights where there was a switch of opponents, and so I'm familiar with it. And I think it's one of those things in this sport that you always have to have in the back of your mind, you know, that it can happen. It does happen. The people injure themselves and people pull out, and you need to be ready to adapt for the next challenge. So yeah, I feel ready for it, and yeah, I feel super prepared. So even though I prepared for another opponent, the physical preparations that I made in this camp has been extremely good. So I feel in the best shape of my life, and I feel stronger than ever. Yeah, I'm just at my peak right now, and I'm really looking forward to show everybody what I've been working on.
Yeah. And obviously you're in the middleweight division, and I feel for myself, again, it's like it's quite not a messy division, but you can sort of look at it and say number 3 could beat number 4, number 4 could beat number 2. Do you know what I mean? The MMA math really doesn't work in that division, because it's like a lot of different styles and a lot of names, and do you know what I mean?
I agree. It's extremely hard to predict the fights in the top 10. I feel like everybody can beat everybody, and yeah, you can see a guy like Gastelum. He looks pretty amazing against Adesanya, and you know, and then he won't beat the other guys, and it's just back and forth all the time in this division. So it's pretty crazy for sure.
Yeah, it's a very exciting division, especially where, like you said, Gastelum having that amazing fight with Adesanya, then a couple of fights later, I think, was it his next fight or a couple of fights later? Yeah, you go out there and beat him in a couple of minutes. So
yeah, exactly. And yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of those fights in this division. So yeah, we can just wait and see what the next step will be after Adesanya comes down again from the light heavyweight.
Yeah. And obviously, if you win this fight, what are you looking at next? Are you hoping for a title shot, or are you not sort of looking at that sort of now, because of the fight's not as I don't want to say as big of a magnitude, because it's still a big fight, but it's not got that drawing power as it had, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I feel like it's not likely that the UFC will put me in a title shot after a win against Kevin. But on the other hand, I am ranked number 4 and number 3, 2, and 1. You know, the Adesanya already beat those guys. You know, so I am the highest ranked opponent that Adesanya didn't beat. So yeah, I think that you could argue that I could get the next title shot. If not, I would like the title contender fight, right? To determine who is going to be the next for the title. And that if I win this one, it probably should be against me or against Whittaker, or me against Costa. That makes sense. Because as Adesanya said, he wasn't too excited about fighting Whittaker again. So I feel like a fight against me would be a perfect title contender fight. And then if Costa beats another guy, maybe Costa can fight Cannonier, and the winner can come up for the title. I don't know, but yeah, I definitely feel like I'm 1 or 2 fights away from the title shot.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if not this fight, if you go out there and make a massive statement, obviously that could be on the cards. It always is.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, a matchup against Whittaker, someone like that, maybe even rebooked against Till, because I feel like the UFC do like Till, and they push him quite a lot. And I feel like if you two fought, that would have been if you won that fight, that would have been a definite title shot.
Yeah.
Because of the hype around the fight and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can just wait and see. But yeah, I'll beat Kevin first, and then I'm really looking forward to have a chat with you, and see what's up, because then we're right up there.
And back on to Kevin again. Like he's had, this will be his 5th fight of the year. Do you think that's going to take any effects on him in like a negative way, or do you think it's going to be more of the positive, the fact that he's stayed in there, carried on fighting, and sort of always been in camp?
I feel it's probably just a good thing for him. Just stay active and have that feeling in your body of a fight. As long as he didn't get caught any big injuries, he should be fine and ready to go. So yeah, I think it would just be good for him to be in there, you know, and gain that UFC experience very quickly.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't watch his last fight. Did you see his sort of antics with Adesanya, who was in the arena with watching at Silver's fight? Sorry.
Yeah, he's planting a seed that he's hoping to grow while he is working his way up there. So yeah, and now he sees his big chance against me to get right up there in the title picture. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure that he needs to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, you're here to put the dreams on hold for a bit.
Exactly.
And obviously, if Adesanya eventually goes up and comes back down, and you challenge him for the title, how would that sort of game plan look for you? Do you have something in your mind that you are already looking at with him?
Yeah, for sure. You know, let's be honest. I want that fight on the ground.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to go on the ground with me. He wants that fight in the stand-up. And I believe that if I get him down, I will be in a advantage. There is no doubt in my mind that I am a better ground fighter than he is. 100%. So the fight will, like, the tactical parts of that fight will be so important, because I believe that one takedown for me might be enough to seal the deal. And of course, I'm in danger standing up with him. He's one of the best stand-up fighters in the world, so if not the best. So it's very dangerous staying on the feet with him, of course. So yeah, and I think that's what's so exciting about this fight, because imagine like me shooting in there and getting into the scramble with Adesanya, and people just gonna bite their nails, just like, is he gonna do? Will he survive? Will he not? So I think there is some excitement and some points of me against Adesanya that make that fight super exciting. So I really hope that the UFC sees that and that they can promote that, because I really believe that I present something very special, and I do believe that I'm a threat to him.
Definitely, that's the thing with people like in a division that are ruling division. They've got to go through everyone, and sometimes they might miss a person that's a specialist like you in a certain thing. Like, and that is one of the most dangerous things. If you can get to a striker that's he can obviously he can do stuff on the ground, but his main focus to not be on the ground is to work his takedown defense and stay off the ground. So when you get him there, you're obviously going to be the better person, and it just rolls on from there. Everyone's biting their nails, hoping you don't grab a leg, grab an arm, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited just by the thought of it. I'm really looking forward to that day.
It's definitely a challenge that I think most people want to throw at Adesanya before he's go off and doing whatever weight divisions. And
yeah, right. Because you don't want the, like with a person that's so great that Adesanya is, you don't want any question marks. You want to know, like, is he the real deal? Can he handle every challenge that is out there?
Yeah.
What would happen if a great grappler got him down? And so I really believe that the fans want that fight.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, that's all the questions I've got for you. Thank you for coming on. I'm a massive fan of yours, and I think you're very underrated for the work you've done so far in the UFC and everything else in your career. So I enjoyed talking to you, and thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words.
That's fine.
And thank you for having me on your show as well. So
I look forward to seeing your fight, and I'll be tuned in watching.
Awesome. Thank you, my man. Take good
Cheers,
care.
mate.